Good morning and welcome, my dear friends. Today we are going to start a new lecture series on the subject power electronics. It is offered in fourth semester of electrical engineering in Gujarat Technological University. So this first session is to create awareness about what power electronics is. Now, friends, the learning outcome of this session is that learner will be able to understand the importance of power electronics. The learner will be able to define power electronics, and the learner will be able to understand and list various applications of power electronics. Now, why do we go for a YouTube video? We go for YouTube video because quickly would like to get the grasp of the subject uh, in a very easy manner, right? So this is the attempt to explain the topic in a lucid manner, but at the same time, this is just for a brush up or introduction, and for detailed understanding, one is supposed to refer to the standard textbooks, right? So look at this slide. You can see the old radio and new radio. The radio which we used to have in our grandparents' home, which was of large size. When we started it, it took at least several minutes to warm up, and then only you get any say audio from it. And the right side, you can see the new radio, which was then it was known as a transistor. Is a very small pocket size, and you can see it is accommodated in a palm. The older TVs were of huge size. You can see the thickness of those TVs and see the state-of-the-art TV today you have in your drawing room mounted on the wall, right? See the difference of the size. See the old and new fan regulators over here. The old one was of huge size and very bulky. And compared to switch, it was almost, you can say, 4 times the size. And the current switchboard on the right side, you can see where the regulator is almost similar to the size of the switch, right? So why is this difference? The old equipments were costly, bulky, and inefficient. And today, the equipment you have over here is cheaper, smaller, and efficient. So the question is, which is generally there in one's mind is, why this or how can we achieve this difference? How could we achieve this technological breakthrough? And the answer is that what all equipments we are working or what all equipments which are using electricity, they need two things. First, conversion of power, example say AC to DC, and also control of electrical power. Now, the older techniques in 19th century or in earlier times were using rheostats, transformer, valves. So these were the older techniques to control the electricity or control the power or convert power. And so the equipment were bulky, inefficient, costly, and they required very frequent maintenance. There was a lot of heating and cooling requirements were also huge. While currently we use power electronics, and that's why they are fast, cheaper, lesser weight, smaller in size, energy efficient, and very less maintenance, right? So now we are good to go about what is power electronics. So what is power electronics? You can see the two keywords. Power electronic is the application of electronics to control and conversion of electrical power, right? So application of electronics to control and the conversion of electrical power. So two things are popularly done: control of power and conversion of power from one form to another. That is AC to DC, DC to AC, and whatnot. We'll see about that slightly later. And how does it do it? It does with the solid state devices like diode, bipolar junction transistor, thyristor, MOSFETs, IGBT, and there are a long list of devices which are being used. So with the help of these devices, power electronic is the application of electronics to the control and conversion of electric power. So in general, this block diagram explains what is power electronics. So you have a source and you have a load, but the available energy, say voltage form, current, which is supplied from it, is not suitable for the load or equipment which is going to use it. So in between, you have an arrangement known as a power electronic device or converters, and which are controlled by control circuit, and the whole arrangement is power electronics. These are the wide range of applications which are which are using power electronic devices or power electronics converters. You have a ceiling fan regulator, you have your cell phones in which you have converters, you have your laptops, TVs, inverters, and then it is there in a lot of automobile applications also, and in power system also, right? So wide spectrum of applications are there where power electronics is used. What are the applications? Switch mode power supply is the most common and popular applications, which is used in all computers and laptops and other devices, where you have a AC supply from the supply electricity board. You convert it into DC, and then you control and give constant DC as per the requirement of the load. Then you have energy conservation, that is variable frequency drives, where all the industrial applications use this type of applications, and a lot of energy saving is also there, and you have a control over speed also. Then process control and factory automation also is having a lot of applications where power electronics is used. Transportation is the sector, electric vehicles, charging of electric vehicles, where a lot of power electronic is there inside it. Then in power system, in flexible AC transmission systems, fax devices, a lot of power electronic devices are used. HVDC and many more applications are there in electrical power system, in electrical machines, in electrical drives. Now power electronics is has created a revolution, right? Now, what are the advantages of power electronics? Why it has become so popular in the recent times? So because of power electronics, the things or the equipments are of smaller size, lesser weight, and the response of the power electronic device is very fast. They are the arrangement which gives you energy efficiency. So that is also one advantage. The cost is less, the cooling requirement is less. And of course, they are static devices, so very less maintenance, or other, I should say no maintenance at all. And they have comparatively very long life compared to the older devices with valves and other old equipments, right? Still, there are some challenges also, or disadvantages, you say. So disadvantages are that it degrades the quality of power. Now, what is power quality? That the sine wave, the pure sine wave which we were getting previously, now it gets disturbed. So the quality of power is hampered. Electronic devices produces harmonics, so that is a high frequency signals produced which are disturbing other equipments are called harmonics. They are unwanted high frequency, you can say, signals. These high frequency signals interfere with the communication lines, so that is also a bottleneck. It's a disadvantage. A lot of noise is also produced. You see, when you have a fan regulator, sometimes with poor quality regulator and poor quality designed fan, you see when you are running those fans at low speed, you observe the noise also. That is also because of the harmonics and power electronic devices. Increase in iron loss due to high frequency harmonics. These are some of the disadvantages, and research is going on to counter, to reduce these disadvantages, right? So far as electrical engineering is concerned, power electronic is having intersection with all these different fields: circuit theory, electrical machines, control systems, semiconductor physics, power system, electromagnetics, analog and digital electronics, signal processing. So it is having interaction with all the different fields of electrical engineering, right? So this was the very first session, very first lecture, very first video, just to explain what is power electronics. So in short, control and conversion of power is required by the load, and older devices were inefficient, bulky, costly, maintenance required a lot of maintenance. Power electronics are devices with devices, arrangements, converters, which are using solid state devices like IGBT, MOSFETs, thyristors, power BJT. And with the help of that, you can have a control and conversion very easily, quickly, with a smaller in size, cheaper, maintenance free, and it is having wide variety of applications, right? So control and conversion of power using electronics is called power electronics. And in subsequent lecture, we are going to understand about what different power electronic devices are available, right? Power switching devices which are available, solid state devices which help us in this power electronic conversion or control and conversion of electric power, right? So that's all from my side in this first introduction of the video. I hope you have liked the video, and please continue with the subsequent videos also. Thank you.